Hello, everyone. It is Friday afternoon or Friday morning, where depending on where you are. It is another episode of Power Rangers Solar City. We're doing a bit of a shortened episode this week. We're not going to take a break. We're going to power on through for an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we're glad that you're here. My name is Anne. This is my channel. Welcome to the Bardic Inspiration Network. I play the Silver Ranger, Avery Thorpe. Yay, nepotism? Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. Anyway, let's go around the table and let the other players introduce themselves, starting with Talon.
Hi, I'm Talon, Captain Talon 447 on Twitter, and Captain Talon 447 number 441 on Discord. See me hanging out and about, be talking Sentai, Kamen Rider, all that good stuff. So.
A character?
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, be playing Fenrir, your Red Ranger.
And hey, check out who's back, Nilsine. Introduce yourself and your character, please.
Hi, I'm Nilsine. I am playing Murrow, our Merfolk Blue Ranger, who had some technical difficulties last session.
Excellent. Yeah. Welcome back, buddy. And next we have Minnie.
Everybody, I'm Minnie, and I am playing the Obsidian Solar Ranger, Mariana Trench. Yes, that's totally her name.
I'm dying. I love that so much. And then we have LK.
Hi, I'm LK, and I'm playing Gabriel, the Pink Ranger.
And now we'll throw it to the GM.
Hello, I am Ben. I am the GM. I play everything. I think we can let's get started. So, previously on Power Ranger Solar City, I our team of rangers get their powers exploring the ancient solar city, which was recovered from the bottom of the ocean by the Atlantis Initiative. While they gained their powers through a connection to the morphing grid that was established by an artificial intelligence named Adira. I'm not going to give the full name this time. And she was able to help them form a connection with the morphing grid so they could access power that the Atlantis Initiative had already been trying to use to get Power Rangers, but Adira was able to make the final connection for that, and that was just in time to stop the attack of the evil Draculord and his Shaderon minions who are attacking the city. Unfortunately, or fortunately, in addition, Adira activated a secondary stage of the defensive protocols on the city, which has caused the city to fire its enormous gravity engines and take off into the sky, where it is now in space. And apparently it is going home. We also had an incident with Morrow, our Purple Ranger, who, when attempting to morph, instead just vanished and has since been spotted, has been picked up in a variety of locations, apparently linked to the networks, to the city's active teleportation network. So let's try and let's bring things back. So roughly, we had. Let's start with go to Mariana, who, after disobeying orders and engaging and trying to rescue Checkpoint Charlie, a helicopter pilot, is now getting a stern talking to from the Atlantis Initiative's commander, Evelyn Thorpe. So I guess, she's probably called you into her office and So we need to talk. I understand you're new here.
Mhm.
That doesn't exactly excuse your actions. I know I'd fire you. I'd strongly consider firing you anyway, but we're currently in space. And you're the only 5 people we have defending this city. But do you care to explain yourself?
Yes, I will start out and say that I appreciate that you are holding back on the instinct to fire me and possibly jettison me out of an airlock. So thank you for that. I appreciate that very much.
Oh, we haven't found the airlocks yet.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
not really an option.
Well, I guess it's just my luck then. Look, I acknowledge that it was a bad decision in terms of ignoring your rules and safety protocols. But in my line of work, you take care of the people who take care of you. And Checkpoint Charlie is one of us. And if I could help, it's typically my instinct to go do that. And I didn't see anyone nearby who were able to do anything, so I made a decision and acknowledged that perhaps it was not what you would have wanted, but you gotta keep up with your people.
Yes, well, I suppose that instinct to help will be useful given your current status as a Power Ranger.
Not to use that for bad.
I think this will need to be a further discussion at later points. I think I feel the need there should be some kind of disciplinary measure for not obeying an order of a commanding officer. I suppose this is technically a civilian initiative, but
You could take away my library card.
that wouldn't very much help you with your job as an archivist now, would it?
But wouldn't it be a punishment?
I suppose in a way we can consider your new status as a Power Ranger to be a punishment of sorts. And to start with that, let's have you do an extra bit of training. After all, you are the newest one here. You'll need acquainting with the systems, and perhaps to go on at least one jog around the city, or not the entire city. But we have courses. You do well to familiarize yourself with them, and since you're newer, you'll naturally have to familiarize yourself with them more. That seems like an acceptable discipline for now, at least. But
Yeah, of course.
I am in charge, and I will need. The safety of the city depends on me and on you. I will need my orders to be followed, and I need to be able to rely to count on you to do that.
Yes, ma'am. I promise to follow your protocol the next time that there is an issue.
Make a deception roll, or
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
persuasion
Yeah,
or
I was going to
performance
bring that
or
up. Yeah.
just do something to convince her.
Yeah, totally. If I'm doing something to convince her, would that be, or are we wanted to make it deception, or can I do performance?
I'd let you do performance, just any social skill, really.
Perfect. Okay, that is 15.
15 is good enough. She got a 12.
Ah,
Well, I hope you understand the. Well, I'm glad you understand the rashness of your actions and the need for proper chain of command in future. I do hope we shan't be having one of these conversations again anytime soon. You are dismissed.
Mariana gets up and salutes and then quickly turns around and walks out.
Okay, so yeah, is Mariana going anywhere in particular? Has she got any plans?
I think she's probably just going to. Was it actually confirmed? Is my library card revoked? Can I not go to the?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, cool. Then I think she's probably just going to go to the archivist area to at least meet the person she's directly working with, Mr. Stephen Brown.
Okay. So we'll cut over to Avery and Gabriel are both in the lab with Dr. Evans, I believe. And they were trying to track down Morrow's location as well as some other things. Okay, yeah, so I can't remember what you were working on last, but what are you working on at the moment? What's your current plan?
I mean, last time we basically were able to assume that he's ending 2 points at the same time. He's at one, and the other one is a fake kind of a glitch. And there's 3 of them actually, not just the two where Maru showed.
We need to find a way to isolate their signal from their morpher or some kind of technology on them. There's no way that we won't be able to do that. It's just a matter of isolating their signal independent of the malfunctioning technology, because whatever's making the technology glitch is giving off their own signals, and they're basically just, signals crossing. You know what I mean? And
Yes, I understand. Dr. Evans will chime in. Yes, I think that's a very good idea. We can try and isolate his individual signature.
And so Avery pulls out Carcharodon in like mini size and says, when I bought Carcharodon here earlier today, he reacted to the Morphin Grid, the Morphin Grid energy, which presumably means that whatever technology Murrow has on them now as a Power Ranger would also have some trace elements of Morphin Grid energy. Either that, or maybe they would react if we used Morphin Grid energy in our attempts to locate them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I believe my hypothesis was that Carcharodon's situation of waking up in proximity to Morphin Grid technology might have been a unique occurrence, but it could very well be a general property of Morphin technology here, that it awakens in the presence of similar technologies. That is an interesting idea. Yes, we could, if that's correct, we could definitely use that to find Maya. Should we get started then, I guess, and start trying to isolate the signal?
Avery, because
Yeah.
this is at the lab where they work at, right? This is where Avery works.
Yes.
Okay, so then
Works.
Avery's already moving towards her station, her console, and everything, and essentially like says, "Okay, I'm on it." And I'm gonna have Carcharodon like positioned like upright next to me on the station, like, you know how people have like trinkets on their station, like at their station, like Carcharodon's just hanging out there. And then I would like to roll some sort of technology check.
Yep, technology check of some kind.
Cool.
Yeah, Gabriel would be helping if possible.
I was going to ask, can Murrow also be helping, as I assume they will be trying to come back however they can?
Actually, I don't think they would be able to help.
Oh
Okay,
no!
All right.
Okay, so I have Edge from Carcharodon, and then I have an upshift
from Gabriel.
An upshift from Gabriel, and I rolled a 20 and a 4 on my D4.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
So that's a crit. Okay.
I'm helping.
Yes, you are.
Well,
which is-
Carcharodon's helping. I'm just doing the typing because he has no thumbs. He has no hands.
Okay, so actually what happens as you go in to access the signal, you think you've located Murrow, and then the system glitches again before you're able to narrow down the signal at all. I guess a lot of signals pop up. You're looking for just any kind of Morphin Grid technology being awakened by other morphing grid technologies, and that enables you to find Morrow. But as you find Morrow, a figure appears just right in front. The Morrow signal disappears from your sensors, and a figure appears directly in front of you in purple armor with an eel emblazoned in white across their chest. Morrow, you have the last thing you remember is trying to morph in a fight with Draculord, and now you did, and there was an energy release, and now you're here.
Did
And like a second's passed for you.
did Avery accidentally help them teleport out or whatever? Kind of just by sheer random luck.
Kind of, yeah. Because as part of that high roll, I can say that you were realizing that that was something that was basically just luck. Like your skills have enabled you to find some other stuff, which we'll get into in a bit. But yeah, that was just like you moused over an area and there was another glitch kind of thing, and then Morrow popped back up.
She had her hat on forwards, like focus face, and then it's like, "Oh, hey!"
All right, let's do. Wait, what?
We
What?
gotta talk, and then Kirkadon. I hold up Kirkadon, and we both like wave at Muro from over the computer console.
So I
Hi.
imagine a hammer waving. That's
Well, he doesn't have
just bobbing its head from side to side. Kind of.
How do I power turn off?
Turn off.
Acceptable, there's acceptable instruction initiated, whatever. Adira, you hear Adira's voice respond to that, and the suit shuts off, and Morrow is there standing before you all.
Kirkadon says that the appropriate deactivation call is power down. Probably should have opened with that, but hey.
Yeah, though anything works really. That's the thing about this kind of technology, is it's actually smart enough to tell what you want it to do. So it does require it does require you to say something, and you do have to instruct it somehow, but the exact manner isn't too important. So that's why turn off worked, but also power down is the generally accepted term.
Okay, noted.
Wait,
I've never done this before. Sorry.
By the way, this is Kirkadon. I don't know if you've been properly introduced. That's Muro.
Just it's holding smaller than when you had it before.
Oh, right. So I discovered that when I morph, he also morphs. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it seems pretty cool to me.
Interesting. What?
Can we focus? Moro, are you feeling all right? Nothing wrong?
I'm a little confused. He wasn't here earlier. There was the Dracu.
Yeah, we took care of him.
Oh,
only
great.
I mean, he did escape, but
yes, that he did. Dr. Evans butting in. Yes, he did escape somewhere, and we haven't been able to track down his signal properly.
Oh,
same
you've been
as
gone
his
for
minion guys.
That's not okay. How can I help, Doc? Oh, I should call in. What happened? Have I been gone then?
You were locked inside seemingly inside the teleport network of the city, which is something we haven't been able to access before now. It appeared to store you in its, I'm going to say, pattern buffer, and then,
So
yeah, I don't know. It's the best I can do. I
Oh,
don't really know how
interesting.
this thing works.
I mean, yeah, I don't, let me, 1 second. Hey, uh, shoot, now I have to think if I'm gonna call command. No, I think he'd call Fenrir first. So, I'm gonna pick up the call and
partner.
have Fenrir.
Then you get a call.
I kind of let this up. Just excuse me for a moment, if you're fine.
I guess I was missing. Sorry, I apparently got stuck teleporting. But everything's cool. It's all fine now.
Is everyone with you?
The doctor and his and what the Avery and
Gabriel.
Gabriel are with me.
That's the name you
Why
want,
did you-
buddy. Gabriel.
Why do you help him? I wanted him to try and guess.
Because I am a lot of things, okay? But and I'm a lot of things, including helpful, okay?
I
Only
don't
on
know
occasion.
where the person I didn't really meet is. But I'm
If you're
sure there's
talking-
somewhere.
If you're talking about Mariana, she's being yelled at by the commander.
All right. I'll send her a text. Let's just all meet up at the Blue Spire, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, it appears that, I mean, when Dr. Evans will go in, I mean, we don't have any signs of these creatures. I'll call you if there is anything, but with Morrow back here, that's sort of our immediate problems solved.
Doctor, could I ask you to stay? Could I ask you to stay for a bit?
Yeah, I'll stay here and leave you guys to the Blue Spire.
I'm
Or-
saying, can you stay at the Blue Spire?
I think he wants to talk to you.
Oh,
Blue
so you want
Spire,
him to
we're
come
at the
with us
lab.
to the Blue Spire.
We're at the lab, one of the labs. We're not at the Blue Spire.
I'll meet you all over at the labs. Actually, and Doctor, if you could stay for a little bit, I would appreciate that
Yeah,
as well.
is this something you want to be a more private conversation? Because if so, my lab's maybe not the best place for it. Though we do have the Faraday cage that's very good at blocking outside communications.
And people.
Oh,
Fair,
never mind.
fair. I mean, we're gonna just be talking. We're not gonna. It's not like we're gonna be like actually having this conversation and it's being broadcasted out. No, we're just talking. We're all just talking, so no big deal.
Sure, all right. Well, see you here soon enough.
Send a text to Mariana to meet us at the lab. So I'll send a text, and then I'll go to Fenrir or look over to Scop real quick and just sorry, more chaotic team setup stuff.
Yes. Yes. Gop, another civilian like Fenrir, you've just been in conversation with. So no worries. I'm all good. You go chat with them. You need anything from me, give me a call. But for now, I've got cases to work through, and I've still got some filing that needs sorting.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind, if I keep your dossier on fire, and I'll talk with the commander later. I'll be talking with the commander later. So
Of course.
there's a moment that Fenrir stops, looks like he wants to say something, but then just heads off to a cycle and starts making his way over to the lab.
So, Avery has the forwards cap, and people, when as they come in, will notice that she's actually like
Dropping all of her dice.
I was gonna say concentrating on doing something on the console and just with the
Work.
roll with the yeah. Imagine that she's being productive and helpful.
What? I should start paying making people pay to watch this. It's very flashlight.
It's very impressive, actually. Once she gets started, she kind of tunnel visions. With the check that I made earlier, the tech check, would I be able to then start working on getting teleportation repaired and working properly?
I'm gonna say
Or get
that's
at
maybe
least
something you can work on down the line, but what you do get as the bonus is a different piece of information,
Ooh.
which
Okay.
is that you're searching for Morrow's. You were searching for Morrow's signal, and then they popped up. And the process you were using by doing that was essentially trying to find like similar morphing grid technologies, and you find kind of there's a number of similar signals, actually, more than you were expecting. Some appear to be in a very like regular pattern where maybe they're some kind of link, like just a nexus, a node point for energy to travel through. Kind of seems to be those points seem to be centered around the spires, though some are active, some are inactive. But there's one in particular point, which is actually the 3 points that Fenrir had been jumping between. The third one that he didn't appear to actually be at, that location is showing up and blinking quite a lot. You're getting very powerful, a spike in morphing grid energy that's very strong. And it seems like, again, it's that thing of actually, yeah, it's the thing of morphing grid technology activating similar technology, but this looks like it's already been activated for at least a few hours, and is kind of building up power now.
Avery is essentially like processing this information and essentially like mapping it, and she's essentially tunnel vision to the point where this is like Gabriel's probably seen this, like once she gets started and is in the zone, like that's what she's doing. So Gabriel knows what this looks like. So it's so that's what I'm doing as everyone is coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I on site or?
Yeah, so maybe like 10-20 minutes to get there by bike, probably. Let's say 10 minutes. Everyone's able to converge there fairly quickly. Mariana and Fenrir, you both arrive at a similar time. And then that's all 5 of you plus Dr. Evans. There's a couple of other scientists in the room, and he'll happily motion for them to head out if you don't think they'd be useful.
Harsh.
Hey, you put your stuff down. Stop being effective. Get out of here.
No, but
Yeah.
So, are you all right, Morrow? You all right, Rook?
I think so. Apparently I lost a little bit of time there. But other than that, I think I'm fine.
All right.
I think at Muro being like, yeah, I think I'm fine. Mariana's gonna walk up to you, gonna have her hands up and just be like, may I? And kind of gestures to your shoulders. Can I touch you really quick? I don't want to.
Is I think Nilsina is frozen.
That's tomorrow,
I
right?
think so.
Hold on, just give him a moment.
It's all good. The morphing grid is mysterious. I get it.
Yeah, we've had another glitch in the system. Mo disappears immediately
Oh, good.
for a moment.
That thing is gone again. They are going again. No.
No.
No. How dare you, morphing grid?
Hold on. Hopefully, they'll be able to just quickly disconnect and reconnect or turn off their camera. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, all good.
Why is everything frozen on my end now? Great.
Oh no. The morphing grid
Discord is
fixed.
being about. Hold
Oh, there you
on.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Happened exactly. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Well, that was weird. Sorry.
You Mo
Okay.
He actually froze. More froze for a second.
They probably now have their tail randomly phasing in and out. They went from being a human-looking person to a mer person now, fully.
Amazing. I think with you shifting with into your tail suddenly, because you can't stand upright with the tail, right? Or can you?
Ish. I mean, at best, I'm gonna be a lot lower because I doubt I
Yeah.
could be fully up.
Okay. So I think when you literally glitch out of reality and then glitch back and then you have your tail, I think Mariana like leans forward to try and like steady you, noticing that you're dropping a few inches.
Oh, that's different.
I would think so. I think this is different for most of us.
No, I have the tail norm. I just can control things better.
You're fine. So
Let me. I'm gonna jump into whatever pool's nearby as we converse, because that's going to feel more comfortable at this point. The land
Okay,
obviously
yeah,
has disagreed with me. I'm just gonna stay in here, but I can talk. It's cool.
so
Yeah, you're all
let's
good.
just-
There's a little kind of side room of the science lab that's fully underwater and kitted out with all kinds of science gear, specialized for
Mm.
underwater stuff.
So
Nice.
let's just do a quick review of what we know so far, because it's been a long couple of hours, and it seems we're in a relatively stable place. Real quick.
Yes, I'll be sure to let you know when we stop being stable.
Above
Take
table,
that.
Ben, when Mariana caught Muro, did she feel anything like static electricity or anything? Because she's very curious, since when he disappeared, it was almost like lightning kind of shot out
Yeah.
around him.
Ooh.
So that's something that she's very curious about.
Yeah, there kind of was. Like, it's just a really slight, not like a large amount of static electricity, just like a tiny little zap that.
Okay.
You could almost convince yourself you didn't actually happen, but you just convinced yourself of it, kind of thing. Like, it's so slight you might guess at whether it actually happened or not.
Okay.
So let's just review what we know so far, because it's been quite messy. So let's just review. So me and Muro here, we found Adira. We had infiltrated the spire, went in to find Adira, and had accidentally activated that. And then I motioned to Gabriel and Avery.
Avery is at her station, and she's doing that multitasking thing where she's working, but she's saying, I found Carcharodon near the Blue Spire and some ruins, and then I showed him to Gabriel, and Gabriel used... I don't remember what you did. You literally just...
Well,
Yeah,
I
he gave
used
me a
the
call.
communicator to basically connect it with Carcharodon through the communicator using the grid. It wasn't that hard at all. Yeah, so I basically woke him up from his nap.
And I much appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And then Avery turns Carcharodon to face towards the group, like, and says, Carcharodon's also part of the team, so he's free to speak freely around you and do whatever he pleases. He is as much a part of this team as I am.
You'll probably, Carcharodon will probably be able to answer a lot more questions than.
I may not be all that good at answering questions. I have some memory issues still.
I probably should have opened with that. I kind of buried the lead there,
No,
but
I think that's the less important part of everything that's going on with me right now.
Yeah, okay. There's also something.
I think the talking weapon part, the talking hammer part, is enough for most people to deal with.
Yeah, but
we don't want to go over anyone's heads.
We met a guy who calls himself Draculord a few hours ago. You are not the most. No.
Yeah, you're not the weirdest. You're not the weirdest thing in the city right now. So.
I know I'm not, because all of you are here.
The hammer has some fat.
Burn.
Yeah.
Did we just get roasted by hammer?
I mean, excuse me. Put him on the corner. Turn to the corner for him to think about what he just did.
Hey.
The corner of shame.
Avery does not put him in the corner, but instead she says, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not weird. So,
oh wait, how much of the other ancient tech has actually activated then?
So far, only this guy. I don't know. I've been
the ships, the cities.
Oh,
activated.
Wait,
we've got readings from the teleportation grids. That's Moa's thing. Lots of things have kind of been activating a bit. Carcharodon and Adira are the only ones we've been able to talk to.
Yeah, we all are also
hopefully there's
hurtling
not
through
too
space.
many. Wait, what?
We're currently hurtling through space. Her mom's thinking about ejecting me out of the airlocks. It's fine.
Wait, what?
Wait, you can't.
Oh yeah. Wait, yes.
I'm pretty sure
Moro,
humans
we are
need like spacesuits to do that, don't you?
Shields. We're fine. The city is keeping the air in. We're fine for the moment, but yeah, we could die at any second, yes.
I mean, technically, we could do that before. As far as I know, all of us are, like, mortal.
Speak for yourselves.
Okay, except for the hammer, the rest of us technically that could have been a thing anyway. So
I mean, the hammer could be in for another 12,000 years of loneliness. So
I mean,
so I'll stop being
what's worse?
Is that it?
Hey, buddy, it's okay. Gabriel didn't mean that. Mariana,
I'm just saying which is the worst fate.
Okay. You and I need to talk. If my mom is really thinking about throwing you out of an airlock, I can help you.
I don't think
Um,
she's not
that sounded like a
thinking
joke.
about that.
Hey, look, if she hasn't thrown me out of an airlock yet, I think you'll be fine.
And
And then she goes back to typing. And then,
Yeah.
Merle,
Yeah. That's not
are you all right? I want to show you something, but you're all the way over there.
Sure. I think I'm fine. And I'll try to get back out of the water and turn back into a humanoid, or rather a legged form.
Are you broken?
So, look, at this point, I think I might have an idea of what might have happened, but I can't confirm anything just quite yet. At least in terms of what all that ship and stuff and all that gigantic attack that occurred. I might have an idea, but I can't confirm anything just yet about that.
I should probably let everyone know that there are traces of morphing grid energy that have been pinging all over the city. Some of them are active, some of them are inactive. And I show Muro the screen where I had all of that information come up from earlier. I know the teleportation system is like your area of expertise, so I wanted you to see this.
I mean, only to degrees. I'm not quite the full scientist, but let me take a look. It's interesting.
I'm not actually a scientist. I'm more of an archaeologist, but
That's true. You're not.
Here's Avery. Just here's the thing, real quick. When all the soul drives went active, there were two spectrums that came up. Green was, according to Adira, was listed as damaged, and there's a gold, but whatever tech that they could be using can't be detected. So
wasn't Green the one that was inactive and gold?
Green was damaged beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was really
Sorry.
damaged. Yeah.
From
Gold is a
records,
different situation.
yes.
Okay, gold is the one.
Yes, Green was heavily damaged, and that entire spire is basically inaccessible. The gold spire is accessible, but whatever its powers were, it's changed, and it's now linked with the silver spectrum. In fact, the gold. I mean, we're still going to call it the gold spire, but actually, it's kind of been changing in tint. Look, I mean, it's still gold, but it's looking a little bit more silvery now.
It's glitter.
In terms of
It's accents. It's gold with silver accents.
I think I love it.
So, wait a minute. And she'll pull. Is there like security cameras in the area around that spire?
Yeah, there would. This is you'd have to use a technology or like info. Basically, there are cameras in the city. The Atlantis Initiative doesn't have access to all of them. A lot of them are left over from its original creation. So in this case, you'd have to go and hack into some and get them up the city. If you wanted to, they'd be able to set up like a series of cameras around that area if you wanted to monitor it in the future. But
I just wanted to know if there was a way to get a visual without actually going to that spire, but I guess there isn't.
Yeah, no, visual you can get easily just because it's big, and each of the spires they're the same kind of steel construction, but they have a translucent kind of glass core to them that's visible from the outside. That's for each spire is sort of very dim.
And it looks very different than it was this morning, correct? Like
Yeah, noticeably
it's
different.
changed.
It's silver. It's still kind of in the process of changing, but yeah.
Okay, no, this is
Interesting.
weird. It didn't look like that 2 days ago on my last expedition. It's changing.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's given what we had. That's got to be your connection. There's got to be a reason why everyone else got a color that was at least close to the spire they were based on, that their powers were connected to, but yours was silver instead of gold. I don't know why, but there's got to be something there. There's got to be a clue to something that's going on here.
Point is that that's going to have to be an expedition for another day. That's going to have to be an expedition. That's a longer expedition that I don't know if we're going to be able to get cleared by the commander yet. At least until things start to get to a point
Settle
that's a little
down.
bit more in control.
Yeah, we're gonna need to. I should start writing a document with a list of all the things that we need to explore because we're gonna. There's a lot of them.
See, now
And we're gonna.
that's my kind of talking. I actually don't mind doing this, and she's at her station, gathering information.
Ha! You could have fooled me.
Okay, you know what?
You don't mind? First time in months I see you.
Okay, fine, that's fair. But that's because there's a whole entire world out there that we don't understand. The best
Hey, that's
way to
fair.
gain
I'm just picking on.
the best way to gain
I agree.
understanding on our situation is to go out there and see it. And then she realizes what just happened, where she just had her like passionate outburst, and then she kind of sits back down at her station and starts typing again and lowers her head.
I
And she's
think
just like,
Mariana's just like brought out her journal from her like little side pouch and has just been writing this entire time. And then finally looks up when Avery has her like passionate outburst. And then just says, well, here's a thought. Call me wild and kooky. I'm not all science inclined. Your color could be changing because of your mood. Vibes are certainly a thing.
but when I morphed, it was silver. Like I transformed into a silver ranger.
Yeah.
So,
but you're
the
saying that
tower-
your was gold,
yeah, but
right?
I didn't know anything about that tower until 2 days ago when I checked it out. But I didn't think it had anything
Also-
connected to me.
I hate to point out the obvious, says Carcharodon. But
Uh-huh.
actually, he'd be pointing with his hands if he
Of
had
course.
any. But it's like, have you
Look with your
guys
eyes.
taken a close look at me recently?
You're
I'm
silver.
Bingo.
Were-
Someone here gets it.
Okay, but
yeah,
why-
but you were already silver. And
Why
the
is
tower
that
was originally gold.
why is the tower changing, Carcharodon?
So,
Was it-
I mean, he's always been silver. We're going to say. I
Mhm.
don't know if I specified his color before, but he's always been silver.
Was it
Mhm.
always gold? Was it gold 12,000 years ago?
I don't. Again, memory issues. So this, I'd assume it was always gold, but maybe not. Maybe it was silver once.
This may require two.
Maybe it changes more often.
This may require two separate scans. We may need to do a bioscan of you, and one of Caradon at some point, just so that way we could take a deeper look at what's happening. at some point.
Actually, Dr. Evans will point both on that. Actually, I would quite like to get biological readings of all of you in morphed form and unmorphed, just for data purposes. I have a lot. This could be very useful for some of my projects, and I have
Doctor,
a
don't you
lot.
have Doctor, don't you have access to me, or don't you already have access to me already, being one of the test
Yes,
candidates?
yes, I do. And I have some of your pre-existing records. Haven't been able to get a proper scan of you since we had the full successful morph, but
I mean, I'm still willing to
I
submit
get one of
to
those.
it if you
Also,
need.
I want to know what everyone else is like as well. So
Mhm.
I appreciate your offer. Yeah, I'll let you know when. I'm just saying I'd love to run some tests on people.
And in that moment,
Call him the shot.
Fenrir looks at Doctor and nods. But speaking of tests, there is one thing that I've been avoiding, but this does need to happen at some point. I would like all four of you to go to Space Patrol basic training. I would like all four
You
of you
might,
to be properly trained.
yeah, that would be very useful. For defending the city, it would be good to have properly trained people, because you'd all did a great job, and like truly from a numerical standpoint and like scientifically, just absolutely phenomenal, really incredibly interesting. But I don't know how many of you are actually fighters, and we might be needing a lot of them in the future.
Well, I mean, research is already pretty scrappy, so don't count me out just yet. But the commander, on top of taking away my library card, also said that I had to do training and various catch-up of classes. So
then I'll have to command. Then I'll talk to command to have you do it under me, and under someone I trust to get you all up to speed. And this is not to say that all of you have, not to devalue or any of that, but you have to keep in mind of what we're at stakes out there and what could be coming out there. And as much as I hate,
Yeah.
as much as I don't want, much as want you guys to do the things that you need to do, they need to be done effectively, and they need to be done executed correctly. And this is the only way I know from my experience. So please have some trust. All I ask is just have some trust in me to get things set up to the way that they need to be.
Does that mean you're already in contact with the Space Patrol?
I am not. I've been independent. I've been just an independent security contractor for years. I have not touched the Space Patrol for a very long time.
Oh, because they'd be helpful, like helping us stop or getting us a shuttle or anything. But okay.
You mentioned I just kind of starts biting his lower lip, just kind of stroking his middle arm for a little bit.
So, oh, no, go ahead.
Is Neptune still did he did the Mer habitats come with? Because we could ask him about this gold tower thing. He or one of the Grand Archivists might know.
That's a good point. There's a component.
His conclave, his group is all part of the city and were within its shields when it lifted off. So yeah, he'll be here.
There's a whole component to this we also need to consider. I understand the importance of being physically trained and physically prepared. I can't say that I have experience as a soldier or as a fighter, but I've taken kickboxing for the last 5 years before I moved to the Solar City. I'm not completely helpless, and I do a lot. I'm very athletic. I would like for us to consider that maybe part of what is required for us to be effective as a defense force is to be able to understand the technology that's at our disposal and to figure out how to use all of it to help us defend this city.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was only agreeing with Fenrir because, let's be real, I have to show up to at least a couple of classes to get your mom off my back.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably have to show up to the same amount of classes to get my mom off my back, so.
I mean, those classes will also they also help us on teamwork. We are not exactly coordinated.
That is exactly the point here, to get you all in the mentality of what's to come here.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think it's probably less about the physical stuff and more about the preparing ourselves mentally to deal with all we have to do. Doesn't sound half bad.
yeah, we don't
Mhm.
know necessarily what we're going against either, so that definitely couldn't hurt. But I also want to look around. I'm
Yes.
pretty new here, so I think catching up on technology and looking up at everything too would be great. I was on my way to the archivist area when I got the text to come here, so give me a gold star for teamwork because I'm here.
And
So actually, I mean, you mentioned going to see Neptune, and he's technically in charge of the archival procedures
Neptune's
here.
your boss!
Yes,
Duh.
yeah, he is in fact my boss. I have not met him yet. I am doing really bad at this.
oh,
I
it's
mean, so
fine.
far
He's
you've
pretty
helped
nice
save
usually.
the entire city from an alien threat. So, by my book, you're doing pretty well.
If you can put that in writing and actually submit that to the commander, that would be great.
I'll make a note of it.
Like I said, I'll be talking to the commander so that way you can do your classes. You can do some of your classes with me. So
I think on top of the to-do list, check out my boss, check out the archives. I do think checking out all of the spires individually would actually be a very good idea to see if anything's changed with any of them.
I mean, part of the whole investigating and figuring out all the technologies, those fires are definitely connected with everything.
Is there any part of the city that, I don't know, hasn't been easily reachable, that might now be a little easier since we're not connected to the rest of the planet?
I think the entire city has basically been it's like in a self-contained dome, so the city itself hasn't really changed much now that you're off the surface of the planet, because it was always just the city in the same layout, just floating on top of water, and now it's floating in space.
So the spaces that were flooded are still flooded.
Yes, because the shields
Hmm.
have kept
The
that
flooded
water
spots
inside.
are easily accessible, though. It's not really a big problem.
And yeah, the flooded spots were kind of left there deliberately. Sort of, they could have
Mhm.
drained out sections, but they
Right.
left sections intact so that the merfolk could use it and access the city.
Okay.
Honestly, if the morph forms are like the other ranger groups, we might be able to shift stuff and explore a little easier now, because some of the things we just couldn't like access through Rebel and stuff.
Mhm.
You have bikes now.
Yeah, we do have bikes.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you guys weren't there. We are motorized now.
Yeah, Adira
So-
broke some blueprints out of storage, I think, and powered up some
Yes.
cycles for you.
I also know where to find the stats for those. I'm like, they're in the book somewhere, I bet.
Oh, they're not. Well, they're not like
Um,
actual functioning
yeah,
combat
I'm-
bikes, mind you. They were just things that we
No,
used to
like-
do.
At the moment,
No,
at the
like
moment, they are
actual
just
vehicles.
standard motorbikes.
I'd
I
assume the
haven't got any
G.I.
rules
Joe
for
book would
anything.
probably have some random motorcycles if we need stats for them at some point.
At the moment, it's basically just boost your movement speed while you're sitting on it.
Yeah,
it's just
That's fair.
faster. There
Yeah.
might be the opportunity later to go and add in the bigger blaster weapons and stuff on the bikes and turn them into combat machines. But at the moment, Adira is mostly being focused on other things.
There's probably a lot to do with us floating in space and all.
Yeah.
And there are still enemies somewhere, presumably within the city.
Mhm.
Oh, you guys had mentioned that. So that should probably be, at least for Fenrir and I, our next task, unless we have some other assignment.
What was that?
Question mark?
What was the next task again? Just
Finding the guys who ran away, apparently.
Yeah, Draculord escaped. We roughed him up and then he escaped. And
Because
Yeah.
the rest of you aren't really security, and I assume you have other work to
Well,
do.
we'll have to look into that. We'll have to.
I
like we
mean-
may not be security, but we are actually the
Yeah, I mean, I
Defense
just
force.
meant like the rest.
We-
He and I have time where
we
you guys are
can
theoretically doing like work.
if yeah, but if teamwork and team building is a
Well,
concern,
we can like
it's
teleport.
something we can do together.
Not yet.
You
Yeah,
know,
the teleporters aren't working yet.
Oh,
Or
they're being
the-
Not
glitchy.
fully.
the three of us who are more on the research tech side of things also could possibly try and find if Draculord and his goons had their own data reading.
Mhm.
Can also employ Adira to do the scans for us, and then have them going passively.
Keep an eye out and warn us if Dark Lord shows his ugly face again. I mean, it's not like we can search the whole city for them. We probably just have to wait until he decides that he can attack again.
I mean, is there anywhere in the city that's always dark? It's just always bathed in darkness?
Always.
I mean, here's the thing: Draculord did disappear into a cloud of bats.
He also showed up in the middle of the day.
He did, but the
Yeah.
only reason I'm asking is because when I was
He-
outside with Fenrir, how they arrived was like a cloud of just smoke that just looked like Shadow was just eking from the sky.
Yeah, those creatures that showed up, they looked like they showed straight from the shadows, actually.
well, and didn't they come up after the like lights had gone out?
Yeah,
Also, then.
but I mean,
Yeah, what I would
can't
also
think-
say in terms of areas of darkness, that will cover most of the inside of the city when the lights aren't on. So
yeah.
there's lots of like buildings in the city, for instance, and also you're now in space, so there's less light coming through windows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we haven't
so,
set up our holographic sky so we can use stock footage of fights yet? Darn.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that's on the list after getting the cloak back online.
yeah, and making sure that the shields don't fail.
So, I mean, I think the more we study, the more we learn about the ancient tech, the more we can equip ourselves to defend a city. I mean, what better way to defend a city than with, the stuff that was used to defend the city, like, in the past? It just seemed like the logical way to do it, Then we wouldn't have to build everything from scratch. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if it was the most effective way, then what happened? How did they disappear?
We
Well,
can
at that
also
point-
learn why they disappeared so it doesn't happen again. We can prevent it. We can try to prevent it.
Yeah, it could also just be pure speculation that it was something on the Atlanteans' part and more an external factor. So, upcycling when we no longer are attached to a planet that we can continue getting other resources from, probably the best call.
Bingo. That being said, there are clearly two very important things that are both, equally important. The learning side and the training side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, both are good, and we just have to
Put it in the
juggle.
put it in the report. I'm being a good team player.
Write that down. Write that down.
She kind of says it in a really kind of cheeky way, but also kind of like, please tell my mom. I need to be validated.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
what do we
So
want to do first?
we. I mean, we. Is it too late on the day already?
Yeah. How much of the day are we in? Ben?
What do you mean? Sorry.
How late is it? How late is it in the day at this point? We had a really long
I guess
day.
it's probably probably I guess early evening now, though it is you are now in space, so there's no sun to measure it by.
Before we
Yeah.
adjourned real quick, I just talked to Dr. Evans real quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll do that now.
Doctor, I'm going to need Doctor. Knowing that you know what at least this group is doing at this point, I guess I'll let you in. I've been trying to work on building some at base support, and
Okay.
would like to start building that out. If I were to be able to talk to the commander, would you be willing to help out with
Yeah,
that?
I can back you up. What kind of support are you thinking of? Like, you think of assembling a more
It's only
14 for Rangers?
it's just three. It's just three essential things. One, someone's monitor communications. Two, someone to help out. There's a lot of functions of Adira that appear to be locked to us that need to be able to be unlocked, and since the 5 of us are going to be running around.
You need someone to talk to Adira.
Yeah, yeah, and be the moral, the moral compass because
Yes,
Adira
well,
doesn't
I
know what
am.
moral works.
I am well known. Us scientists are well known for having a good moral compass, so I'll happily stand in there and do that.
Okay. And then just one other person, just someone to be our transport partner, which I have someone else in mind as well for that.
Yeah, transport would be good. I suppose we've got the bikes, but yes. Okay, tell me. I mean, I'll put myself down for the talking to Adira job. I find her absolutely fascinating as a machine. But other than that, yes. Let me know if you've got any recommendations. I'll happily help you.
I'll
Find
stick
the
with
people you
I'll stick with
need to
Checkpoint
go
Charlie at this
tomorrow.
point. So
Yes,
I
once he's
once he's better.
once he's
once she's
recovered.
better,
Yes,
once
I'm
she's
sure
doing a
he'd
bit,
love to work with you.
I'll
I know he's always looking for something interesting to do.
I'll approach him when that time comes. But at least something that I can approach to a commander is I have some consent provided.
I'll
You'll
talk
be
to some people. We'll get that worked out.
okay. Great. And I'll be talking with the commander, and I offer out a paw, or offer out a claw to shake.
Shake hand.
Handshake.
I
I
would like
love
to
shake
suggest.
hands with the scientist.
I would like to suggest that we start training tomorrow and spend today on the learning/knowledge side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sitting here for a bit, and I would like to
I mean,
go
Yeah.
explore.
you've been here longer than
mean-
I have, so if you want to show me how to get to the archivist area, that would be great.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
So we've got a group heading towards the
Right.
archivist stuff.
I kind of looked
What,
at Avery as just like, you certain you want this training done tomorrow? Because in order to prepare
Well,
you guys,
it's late. It's getting to be dinner time. It's getting late.
Yes, I
It
think
is smarter to
I-
have people do the training tomorrow when they're well rested.
I'm
Mhm.
just saying, for all of your sakes, are you absolutely certain you want this tomorrow and not a few more days later on down the line? Because it will not be easy.
I was under the assumption this was not going to be a one-day deal. I was also under the assumption that you were going to push this as soon as possible, so I didn't want to argue with any of it. So
I just want
I'm not saying it should be. I'm saying what I'm saying is maybe don't try to cram it all in one day and
it's not going to be
space it
crammed
out.
all. It's not going to be crammed all
I
in one day.
I can set up a basic training program for everyone for tomorrow. How does that sound? I'll get in touch. I think if you've got someone you want to help with the training, you can put me in touch with them, and I can whip up a quick simulation.
Yeah, I do, but
The question, if the question is, do I want it? The answer is no. Do I need it? The answer is probably yes.
The answer is definitely yes, Ghost God Haradon.
I don't.
We should also probably all get time training with Adira and some of our audit tech that we've just been granted as well, rather than just all military drills.
Yes, actually, that's very worth noting.
I guess that's a good point. Not all of us have a talking hammer to train them.
I mean, I think
Yes,
you're also
for the
kind of
rest
helping
of
train
you-
him.
I just want to help find his memories. He seems kind of sad without them.
I mean, I think that's just
I'm
his
fine.
personality.
I don't need memories. I'm good.
I'd like to insight check my hammer.
I check my hand.
Yeah, go with it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see
what
if I
this
actually
can
put.
do.
Okay.
Is my hammer lying to me about his emotions?
Is that any moment? I joke.
Rolled a 7. Is my
That
hammer
actually
lying to
still
me?
beats. That still beats what he had.
Oh,
You. Carcavadon's not the most deceptive hammer in the box.
That's fair.
Yeah, so he's. You realise that he's the way he's. Well, I guess it's hard to read him because he doesn't have a face in the traditional way.
I'm going
but-
off of his tone
Yeah,
of
voice
voice. Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, he's not he's not all that concerned about you sense there is he's confused a lot. Like he's got more memories maybe than he's letting on. Like he's using bad memory as an excuse to maybe avoid having full conversations.
Sketchy hammer.
He's also he does have missing memories, and he's both kind of okay with it and also would rather all the gaps were filled. Like he's very ambivalent about it.
Okay. And then she'll say, to prove her point, just like, look at this face holding up Carcharodon. Like, looks really sad without his memories. Anyway.
What do you think a hammer looks like normally?
You're not a normal hammer. And then she just.
You're not a normal human either, I take it.
I mean, you don't know that, and she just shoves them back in her pocket.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So honestly, Fenrir, it sounds like it's a necessary thing, so we're gonna do it. I don't know what you expected to hear from me, but what were you expecting to hear from me?
There's going to be a standard. There's going to be an expectation and a standard for this training to complete the task standard, to learn. You'll learn proper teamwork and being able and learn what it means actually carrying your weight. There's a lot of learning that will come over time.
She looks like she's about to argue something, and she does say, I honestly don't see the value in this sort of training. I think there's value in learning how each person works individually instead of trying to assimilate us into working a certain way. You're making it sound like I don't have a choice in the matter. So really, whatever I say doesn't actually matter.
You have a choice. You do have a choice, but
do I really? And then
do any of us truly have a choice, or is fate just preordained for us? Anyway, I'm going to, and this is Dr. Evans cuts in. Anyway, I need to go work on the simulations for the training you'll probably be doing. Are you all going to go off and do anything else?
Just conversation. And then I'm gonna take Mariana to the archivist. That was the plan. I just want to say I personally don't think this training is the way to get us to come together as a team. I think there's a better way, but if this is something that is mandated where I don't really have a choice, then I don't really have a choice. So do what you will with that information. I just think that rather than assimilating us into a way of doing things, I think we should be taking everyone's strengths and finding a way to work with it.
I'll come there, and that will come in time. That will come in time.
This is going to be a long and difficult process for everyone. We're all figuring these things out. We'll just have to see how things are going to go.
Mm,
You will see me at the first session. That's all I can tell you right now. And then she looks at Mariana and she says, I'll show you where the archivist enclave is.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay, did the rest of you have any plans for things to explore or do?
um,
Before Avery
Stop being so British, darn it! One of you go first.
before Avery leaves the lab, like at the doorway, she says, after I show Mariana to where the archivists are, I'm gonna go for a walk and check out the Gold Spire. Anyone who wants to join is free to join me. And then she she goes to walk with Mariana.
I should probably get that medical thing you were talking about, if that's okay, since I was apparently teleported for a portion of the day.
Yes, actually, that's in addition to just the simple morphing grid phenomena. Yes, that should make some very interesting readings. I wonder if we can determine something about the very nature of the teleportation field within this. Sorry, yes, that would be good. Thank you.
My physical results should be on file too, so hopefully it'll give you some
Yes,
sort
I'll
of
have
data.
something to compare to.
You'll have me. Can you scan me tomorrow afternoon or sometime later
Yeah,
on?
we'll do it after training. I think we'll go through. We can use the data from your training to add to that.
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Just one last thing. I like to try to book some time with the commander, real quick. So, just to book some time with the commander. Speaking
Yep.
for.
Okay.
So.
You can schedule that.
Mm-hmm.
And then LK, what's
Gabriel is gonna stay here with the doctor and Moro and help / also get scanned, and he'll probably meet Avery at the Golden Spire later.
Oh, good. Are you staying too? It would be good if we get someone to like compare me to as a control.
Sure. Yeah. I'm also very interested in the results. I am very curious about the grade, so this is gonna be really nice to do.
Okay, so let's go with Avery and Mariana, or Avery showing Mariana the way to the archivist area. So that's going to be by the central spire. There's kind of a moat that mostly goes around it. And at the south end of that moat, it goes into a larger pool that floods a section of the city there. And as you move towards the central spire, looks like there's a kind of security checkpoint thing has been set up, just like they're trying to doing scans for something and just checking ID and stuff like that. So the two people there will go, oh, Avery, sorry, just standard protocol. Can we get some ID stuff? What with all of the weird creatures going around? We don't know if they can shapeshift or something yet.
She pulls out her ID, identifying her as a researcher.
Okay, they'll go scan the card, I guess, and they've got
Yeah.
like a little data thing, and go, yep. And you're new.
Yeah, I came in just before all of this hullabaloo with space and whatnot. Pulls out her card that she hasn't even clipped to anything yet. She just kind of digs through her bag because she just threw it in there. Archivist assistant.
Yeah, he goes to scan it, and there's as opposed to the like positive confirmation beep that Avery got, there's like a just damn thing's not working properly. It's been having this problem all week. What did you say your name was?
Mariana Trench. I just got in today.
He tries to like scan again, does a beep, and it's like saying you're no Andrea? No, Mariana. There we go. That's he shakes the device one more time and scans, and right, no, that seems to be working. This whole thing's been. I don't know how we're supposed to try and ID people when our technology is not even working properly. I mean, it's just been glitching all over the place. Anyway,
The
you're
Morphin
welcome
Grid.
to come on through, Miss Trench. Sorry
Perfect.
for the
Thank
hassle.
you. Just doing your job. I get it.
So as they're walking through, Avery smiles at Mariana and is like, so, what did you get in trouble with? What did you get in trouble for with the commander your first day here?
Well, as you saw through that shining display, I'm technically an archivist assistant. I'm, I guess, cataloged as a librarian, I guess. So
Sure.
when I was heading in this direction and everything started happening, and Checkpoint made his call out that he was possibly going to go down, I was close by and I wanted to go and make sure he was okay. And the commander said that I wasn't trained for that wasn't my protocol. And I may have made some interesting noises with my mouth and made it seem like I was disconnecting and could not hear her.
Makes me feel any better. I probably would have done the same thing.
I mean, I don't like to turn away when I can do something. So that's just a discussion I had to have with her. And it did not go terribly, but it didn't go great. So I call it a win.
You became squirrel again.
Yeah,
you
you're
gone,
getting...
you gone squirrel again. By the way, no.
Nope.
No.
Son, let me
There
just...
we are.
There you go.
Yay! Now you sound like
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Discord is being very silly right now. Anyway, so she does... So
Now
she,
Very loud.
You're very loud now.
Sorry. Let me turn that down. Is this better? Sorry, I just kind of... Is this better?
No.
Mostly, it just sounds like you're on speakerphone on my end anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn away the mic so it's not as close to my face. Is this better?
It's
Hello?
still kind of a weird speakerphone thing, but it's
Sounds
not
low
terrible.
and blown up. I don't know.
I can understand you. That's the
Ah,
important
there
part,
we are.
right?
I think that's better.
Okay. Did it
There you
fix
go.
it?
Yep,
Okay.
Yes.
There's again glitches with the system.
So Avery says, at least she can't pull this on you, where she says, oh, I know that, deep down when it counts, you'll do the right thing. And she kind of rolls her eyes, like, she does this thing where she tries to guilt me without actually saying that she's trying to guilt me. You know, mom stuff. It's
Ooh,
kind Yeah, it's kind of weird working for your mom.
I get it. I worked for my mom for about 10 years, so hang in there. You
Ah,
will get through it, or you'll move across the country.
it's kind of not an option because we're in space, but
So you'll get through it then.
no, it's just to say that I probably understand that the getting chewed out by the commander stuff more than anyone else in this city. Um, um yeah, just I have your back, and you have my support.
I appreciate that a lot. And you know, you made a lot of really good points in there. I just wanted to say that. And sometimes it's better to have a poker face about certain things.
Yeah. I'm a lot of things, but a person with a poker face, not one of them. I have a
With
bit
me.
of a reputation here. You haven't even been here a day, but you'll quickly learn to understand that I don't necessarily always have the best reputation. I I mean, it's not an inaccurate representation of who I am as someone who likes to go her own way and uh, is very independent. But my reality has changed very quickly in the last 12 months, and I'm learning to adapt slowly, but I'll get there. It just takes a lot of time. Feels like my entire life has been just a series of adaptations to whatever's happening around me.
I'm thinking that might be a reasonable point to kind of end
Yeah.
the conversation as you move off through a door, heading into the archivist's area. I'm also going to draw a close to the session after a quick cutscene, as
Yeah.
the door is
Yep.
closed up behind you. We go across to somewhere else in the city where there's another door that's opening, I guess, and the figure of Draculord stands in shadow. His great hulking form. He's watching. He's in a much larger room, and he's he's in the kind of the doorway of a large room. He walks into it, as we see him here, and he stops and he pauses and he looks around. We don't see what's in the room yet, and then there's a crackle of electricity, and he says, "You can step out now. We need to talk." And a mechanical creature, composed of kind of various circuit boards and computer hard drives, all kind of glued together in a very makeshift way, with like little streaks of lightning popping out from them, will kind of moves, like teleports in basically, and there's a crackle of lightning and they appear. Yes, all is going according to, well, not plan, but my kind of chaos. I think you'll find my latest acquisition, most interesting. The city systems have been falling to my trademark skills. And while they're distracted, we can access our newest. And while they're distracted, we can get access to our latest acquisition. Behold. He like points up with a hand. With simple ease, I can access the systems of this city. And now, the Hammerhead Shark Sword is yours to command. As we cut to the room that he's in is a great big hall with a large silver shark vehicle kind of thing with a hammerhead, because it's a hammerhead shark. It's a great big hammerhead shark with kind of metallic plates and yeah, there's still some teething issues, but soon the Solar City shall be yours. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Okay.
So, going to saying goodbye. I've been Ben. Yeah. So I do this every week. I'm I'm also in a Star Trek game on Saturdays. Actually, we're off for a couple of weeks, but I'll plug that next time. I do RPG stuff on at Astronomer on Twitter, or astronomer.itch.io has my RPG stuff that I do, my design writing stuff that I don't do much of, but I do it. I've also been doing some Warhammer stuff recently, which I might post on Twitter, which I will post on Twitter soon. But that's all me. I've been Ben. Let's talk to other people now.
LK, your turn.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for coming along with us in this journey. I'm okay, and I mostly play sometimes, not always, role-playing games with my friends. That's it.
And next up, we have Minnie.
Hey everybody, I'm Minnie. You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at the Stalwart Ursa, or specifically Stalwart Ursa. I'm starting to stream more, doing various video games. I'm doing creepy games right now. Don't really have a streaming schedule just yet. But when I'm not streaming, I am on Twitter, usually yelling about whatever media I'm watching or Magic the Gathering, and getting ready to hype up other actual plays that I'm in. So be on the lookout for those. And I have been Mariana Trench, your Obsidian Ranger.
And Nilsine, your turn.
You're muted.
I am muted. Sorry, I am Nilsine. I am on Twitter at fell_strike. I'm also on Twitch at that, but I don't tend to do a lot with it usually. Mostly I've been having fun with this game at the moment. Not a lot else going on.
Great. And Talon, your turn.
Hi, I'm Talon, your Red Ranger. You find me at Captain Talon 447 on Twitter, and Captain Talon 447 number 4401 on Discord. You'll just generally just find me around. Don't have any actual plays or anything streaming, so that's pretty much it for me.
Hi, I'm Anne. This is my channel. I was playing Avery Thorpe, our Silver Ranger. I do a lot of stuff. So let me see if I can remember what I'm doing this week. Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be on Daxera19's channel playing Quest RPG. We are doing a campaign called The Dragon Riders of Ame, let's see what else is happening. Uh, oh yeah, and on Thursdays I play Sophie Marsh, the Blue Thunder Ranger, over at my friend Matt's channel, GM_X_MG. So I will put those links in the chat for everyone. We will be raiding over to Fawn and Games, who is playing Little Nightmares right now. They are a friend of mine from, we go way back to like 2016 or whatever, back in the day. They are a variety streamer, and they are doing a fundraiser this weekend for the what is it? The Trans Empowered Organization. I forget what the full name of the organization is, but I retweeted it on Twitter. They're doing a fundraiser for, an organization that helps trans people. So I'm all about that. So that's where we're going. Please sit tight for the raid. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week, and may the power protect you.
Right, I'm going to pop away for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back.